Ever catch your dog staring while they poop and wonder, why? The answer might actually surprise you. We constantly misunderstand our furry best friends, so let's finally decode their weirdest habits together right now. You know, it's funny how much time we spend with our dogs, treating them like little four-legged humans, yet we speak completely different languages. We assume that because we share a home and a heart, we share the same body language, but that assumption is exactly where things get messy. Take the tail wag, for instance. It is easily the most cited piece of dog body language in history, and it is also the one that gets people bitten the most. We are taught from childhood that a wagging tail means a happy dog, but that is roughly the equivalent of saying a smiling human is always a happy human. Sure, sometimes they are, but sometimes they are smiling because they are nervous, or they are grimacing, or they are about to deliver bad news. If you look closely, the tail is actually a highly nuanced communication tool. A loose, sweeping wag that involves the dog's whole butt wiggling? That is pure joy. That's your dog saying, "I am thrilled you are home." But a tail that is held high and vibrating quickly like a rattlesnake? That is high arousal, and often it's a sign of a dog that is ready to react, potentially with aggression. Even the direction matters. Research suggests that when a dog feels positive about something, their tail tends to wag more to the right side of their rear, thanks to the left side of the brain processing those happy emotions. Conversely, if they are feeling anxious or threatened, that wag shifts to the left. So, next time you see a dog wagging, don't just assume they want a pet. Look at the tension in the tail. If it's stiff, keep your distance. Speaking of signals we get wrong, let's slide from the tail up to the face, specifically that adorable, wide-mouthed expression that looks just like a human smile. You come home, and your dog greets you with lips pulled back, showing all their teeth. It looks slightly terrifying to the uninitiated, but to a dog owner, it looks like a grin. In the dog world, this is often a submissive grin. It's an appeasement gesture. They are essentially saying, "I come in peace, please don't be aggressive with me." However, context is everything. If the lips are retracted vertically and the nose is wrinkled, that is a snarl. But if the lips are pulled back horizontally and the body is wiggly and low, they are just trying to be your friend. It's fascinating how a centimeter of lip movement changes the meaning from "I love you" to "back off." And while we are staring at their faces, have you ever noticed your dog yawning when they definitely aren't tired? Maybe you're at the vet, or you're hugging them a little too tightly, which, by the way, most dogs actually dislike because it restricts their movement, and they let out a big, exaggerated yawn. We see a yawn and think, "Oh, he's sleepy." But for a dog, a yawn is like squeezing a stress ball. It is a calming signal. They do it to release tension and to tell you, or another dog, that they are feeling uncomfortable and they want to de-escalate the situation. If you see your dog yawning while you are training them or scolding them, they aren't being bored or disrespectful. They are actually stressed out and trying to calm themselves down. This leads us right into the biggest lie we tell ourselves about our pets, the guilty look. You know the scene. You walk into the kitchen and find the trash can overturned, coffee grounds everywhere, and your dog is cowering in the corner. Their ears are pinned back, they are avoiding eye contact, and they are showing the whites of their eyes, a phenomenon known as whale eye. You point a finger and say, "Did you do this?" And they look even more guilty. You think, he knows he was wrong. But here is the heartbreaking truth. Dogs don't feel guilt in the way we do. Guilt is a complex moral emotion involving past reflection. What you are seeing is fear. They are reacting to your body language, your tone of voice, and the energy in the room. They know you are upset, and they are offering every submissive posture in the book to get you to stop being angry. There was actually a study done where dogs were scolded for something they didn't do, and they showed the exact same guilty look as the dogs who actually committed the crime. They aren't confessing. They are just trying to survive your mood. Now, seeing the whites of their eyes, or whale eye, isn't just about the trash can. It's a major warning sign that is often ignored, especially in photos of dogs with kids. You'll see a photo on social media of a toddler hugging a dog, and the dog is looking away with a stiff body, showing that crescent moon of white in their eye. People comment, "Aw, so cute," but a behaviorist looks at that and sees a dog that is 1 second away from snapping. That look says, "I am extremely uncomfortable and I want space." If we learned to respect that look instead of captioning it, we'd prevent so many unfortunate incidents. Moving away from the serious stuff, let's talk about something that is just plain awkward: the crotch sniffing. It is the ultimate social faux pas for humans, but for dogs it is essentially a high-tech bioscan. You have to remember that a dog's primary way of processing the world is through scent. They have a specialized organ called the Jacobson's organ, located inside the nasal cavity, which is designed to detect pheromones. When a dog sniffs another dog's rear end or your crotch, they are gathering an immense amount of data: gender, diet, health status, stress levels, and reproductive status. It's not sexual, it's informational. It's the canine equivalent of reading someone's LinkedIn profile and checking their medical records simultaneously. So, while it's embarrassing when they do it to your house guests, they are just trying to figure out who this new person is. But before they even get to the kicking part, there is the staring. This brings us back to that hook we started with. Why do they lock eyes with you while they are pooping? It feels so invasive. You're standing there with the bag, trying to look away to give them privacy, and they are burning a hole in your soul with their gaze. This behavior goes back to their ancestry. In the wild, defecation is a vulnerable time. You can't run or fight easily while you are squatting. Your dog looks at you because you are part of their pack, and they are relying on you to look out for danger. They are essentially saying, "I'm vulnerable right now, watch my back, okay?" It is actually a huge sign of trust. They feel safe enough with you to do their business, knowing you have the situation under control. Now, let's switch gears to something a bit more high energy: the zoomies. You know the drill. It's 9 p.m., the house is quiet, and suddenly your dog's eyes go wide, their butt tucks under, and they sprint laps around the living room like they have been possessed by a race car driver. They bank off the sofa, spin in circles, and then freeze. We call it the zoomies, but the technical term is frenetic random activity periods, or FRAPS. It looks crazy, but it's a totally healthy release of pent-up energy. It's often a sign that a dog has been holding it together all day. Maybe they were in a crate, or they were just being a good boy for too long, and they need to shake off the excess kinetic energy. It's joyous, it's funny, and unless they are knocking over grandma, it's best to just let them get it out of their system. And speaking of understanding, we have to talk about the licking. Not just the hello kisses, but the obsessive licking. If a dog licks your face, yes, it's affection, but it's also submission. Puppies lick their mother's mouth to ask for food, and adult dogs lick to show deference. But what about when they lick the air, or lick the carpet, or lick their own paws incessantly? That is often a sign of a medical issue or anxiety. Licking releases endorphins in a dog's brain, so it can become a self-soothing habit, like a human biting their nails. If your dog is licking the floor or the air, they might be nauseous. If they are licking their paws, it could be allergies or arthritis pain. It's rarely just a quirky habit. It's usually a symptom. Finally, let's end on a behavior that happens when the day is done: the circle. You watch your dog circle 3, 4, 5 times before they finally lie down. It seems neurotic. Why not just flop down? This is hardwired evolutionary survival. In the wild, ancestors of dogs didn't have Tempur-Pedic beds. They slept in tall grass. Circling helped to trample down the grass to make a comfortable nest, drive out snakes or insects hiding in the vegetation, and perhaps most importantly, determine the direction of the wind so they could position their nose to catch the scent of incoming predators while they slept. Your dog does it on the living room rug, not because they are crazy, but because their DNA is telling them to build a safe nest before they close their eyes. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel for more informative content about your dog. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.